Most people assume the greatest threats to Christianity come from the outside, things like persecution, governments, or hostile cultures, but the New Testament tells a different story. Some of the most dangerous threats to the church did not deny Jesus outright. They add to him subtly, discreetly, resulting in the long run a Jesus that is not biblical at all. A Jesus that is not biblical cannot save you. That was the crisis facing the church in Colossae around 60 AD. They had faith, they loved one another, they believed the gospel, but slowly new teachings began to circulate among them. Teachings suggesting believers needed additional mediators, additional practices, additional systems to reach true spiritual maturity. And the danger was subtle, because none of these teachings openly rejected Christ. They simply suggested Christ was just not enough. When Paul heard this, he did not begin by attacking every false idea. Instead, he lifted their eyes to see who Jesus truly is. Because when Christ is seen clearly, every competing system just collapses. And that is the message of Colossians. Christ is supreme, Christ is sufficient, Christ is enough. The city and the pressure Colossae sat at, a crossroads of influence, Greek philosophy, mystical spirituality, religious traditions. People believed the spiritual world existed. They simply did not know how to access it. The church there was likely planted by Epaphras, one of Apostle Paul's disciples. Paul thanks God for the Colossians' faith, their love, their hope. But belief alone does not make a church immune from drift. New teachers suggested faith in Christ was not enough. Paul saw the danger immediately, because the moment Christ is treated as insufficient, the gospel itself begins to erode. So, before Paul tells them what to reject, he shows them who Christ is truly. Let's talk a little bit about the supremacy of Christ. He is the image of the invisible God. Jesus is the visible revelation of the invisible God. Colossians says, "For by him, Christ, all things were created." Every authority exists because of Christ and for Christ. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. Christ is creator and sustainer. He is the head of the body, the church. Christ is supreme over creation and the new creation. In him, all the fullness of God was pleased to dwell. Fullness is found in Christ, and it says, "And through him to reconcile all things, making peace by the blood of his cross." Peace with God is not something believers are trying to achieve. It is something Christ has already accomplished. If Christ is Lord over all things, nothing can be added to him without diminishing him. Colossians goes on to say, "See to it that no one takes you captive by philosophy and empty deceit." Spiritual systems can promise fullness while quietly shifting trust away from Christ. But Paul answers, "In him," that is Christ again, "the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily, and you have been filled in him." Believers are already complete in Christ. As it says, God made you alive together with him, having forgiven all your trespasses. He canceled the record of debt, nailing it to the cross. That's Colossians, and it's beautiful. He disarmed the rulers and the authorities. Victory is already won. So Paul says, "Let no one pass judgment on you." Systems built on performance may appear wise, but they cannot transform the heart. Paul goes on to say, "If you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above. You have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God." Believers do not live to earn acceptance. We live from a new life already secured. Put to death is what it says, what is earthly in you. You have put off the old self and put on the new self. Colossians 3, verses 9 and 10. Put on compassion, put on kindness, put on humility, put on patience. Above all else, put on love. Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord. Every part of life becomes worship under Christ. Paul ends simply, "Remember my chains." He's writing this from prison. Christ is worth everything. The message of Colossians is simple. Christ is not part of the solution. Christ is the solution. He is supreme over creation. He is sufficient for salvation, and believers are already complete in Him. So the question is, if Christ is truly enough, are we living as though He is? Final thought here, and to be honest, it's one that can make people uncomfortable. If Jesus truly is the image of the invisible God, if all the fullness of deity dwells in Him bodily, and if He canceled your entire debt on the cross, then what could possibly still be added to make you more accepted by God than you already are in Christ? For those who accepted Christ's work as complete and sufficient, what can be added to that? And if a system teaches that you must still earn, qualify for, or progress toward a higher level of acceptance with God, is that system pointing you to Christ's sufficiency or quietly moving you away from it? I genuinely would like to hear your perspective. Drop your honest thoughts below. Respectful discussion is always welcome here.